Good morning and welcome to an all-new Eye of the Tiger. I'm Nick Chang.
And I'm Megan Anderson.
You may have noticed groups of teachers walking into classrooms this morning. It's part of an all-new professional development program at Roseville High School called Learning Walks. We go to Wafik Redwan with more.
This morning, teachers started Learning Walks, a new program for teachers to observe different teaching methods they could implement in their own classroom. Teachers who sign up take time off during the school day to sit in and observe another classroom. One of the creators for Learning Walks, Mike Purvines, believes that the program will be an opportunity for teachers to observe from other successful teachers at RHS instead of inviting a professional.
I think the benefits are that we have some fabulous teachers at Roseville High School, and instead of bringing in people to tell us what to do, I think sometimes it's more valuable to go find it in other people that you see on campus, and some wonderful people. There's not a room I can't go in and learn something from and start the conversation and go, you know what, I really like how you did this, and how did you do that? And so it's a, learn from each other type of model.
One of the teachers who signed up, social science teacher Dana Dooley, had an opportunity to pilot test the program last week and was pleased by the results.
It was so cool to be able to see my colleagues teach, and again, the focus isn't on their teaching ability, but it really gave me the space to think about. For example, I saw Mr. Andreotta and his incorporation of technology in his AP Human Geo class, and that really got me inspired and riled up with how I can utilize technology in a more meaningful way in my own class, and how I could empower students as producers of knowledge rather than just consumers of knowledge. And that's something I wouldn't have been able to think about and reflect upon my own practice had I not seen another teacher doing this really cool thing.
The Learning Walks program will continue tomorrow and next week here at Roseville.
New clubs are being introduced at RHS this school year. Students gathered to talk to new and returning clubs at Club Rush on Campo Street last Monday.
I'm part of Black Student Union, and it's really just because we don't really have that many minorities in Roseville or Roseville High School. So the club is to really just have minorities. Just not all. It's just not for minorities, but it's like a comfort place for minorities, and especially for the freshmen, because it's, some people don't really have like a group to go to, so this group is almost like a place to meet new people and get to know people around the school.
Some of the new clubs hitting RHS campus this year are Beekeeping Club, Black Student Union, Class of 2020, Gay Straight Alliance, Helping Our Heroes, Roseville Alliance on Mental Illness, and Roar Club.
We now go to Josh Carson with sports.
Good morning and welcome to this edition of EOTSN. I'm Josh Carson. Near the end of last school year, the EOTSN sports staff produced a story on various teams' biggest rivals from the CVC. Today, we look into the biggest rivals in football. Starting with Oakmont, this is the matchup that the Tigers have had the upper hand in over the past 2 years. 2014 was the year that Roseville entered the CVC. The matchups in which Roseville split with 1 win and 1 loss came against Whitney, with both sides winning their respective games by double digits, and Antelope, where Roseville pulled off a last-second touchdown to win in 2014. The toughest rival opponent has been Del Campo. Roseville has not yet beaten them in football since the switch to the CVC. Now that you've seen all the stats, let's see how the players and fans are reacting to the upcoming rival matchups.
I'm looking toward Del Campo. Still got kind of a sour taste in my mouth from that game last year, so I'm looking to get back at them. Last year, that was the game that went into, I think it was triple overtime. That was a tough game to lose. I'm not looking forward to losing again.
I'm really looking forward to the Antelope game this year because we do have a good rivalry going with them, and we've gone back and forth with them the past 2 years with 1 win and 1 loss. So we're looking to take that one this year and get the W.
I think the biggest rival that we have right now is probably Whitney, just because they're pretty close to us. We played them decently both the last 2 years. They got a pretty good team this year. I think we got a better team this year. We got a lot of leadership, a lot of seniors, a really good group of guys that I think can go out and show what being a Roseville Tiger is all about and winning some football games for us.
The redemption game for Roseville against the Del Campo Cougars is on September 23rd at Del Campo High School. On another note, congratulations to the varsity girls tennis team who beat Granite Bay 5-4. This was the first time they had beaten the Grizzlies in 20 years. And that's it for EOTSN today. Now we go over to Gabby Hudson and Preston Walter with entertainment.
Thanks, Josh. As Sophie said last week, we will be having interchanging hosts based on content and expertise. Last Tuesday, infamous producer, director, and actor Gene Wilder passed away at the age of 83. To honor his legacy, I will be making a commentary on one of his most iconic films, Young Frankenstein, in a segment we like to call Dust Off the Reel. Young Frankenstein is a 1974 film directed by Mel Brooks, who worked closely with Wilder for almost all of his career. The plot follows the story of Frederick Frankenstein, which he pronounces Frankenstein, who after he inherits his infamous grandfather's Transylvanian estate, decides to create his own monster. This movie is an all-time classic. It takes an overdone horror story and puts a complete turn on it to make it a fresh comedy. Honestly, this is one of those films that I could watch dozens of times and never tire of, because there's always something new that I find to keep me laughing. And of course, who could ever get sick of the puttin' on the Ritz bit performed by Wilder himself? Everything about it is borderline genius, from the idea of making it in black and white for the classic Frankenstein feel to the tongue-in-cheek jokes that both Brooks and Wilder are known for. Even the plot is fun and phenomenal. You may think that because it's a comedy, it would lack a satisfying storyline, but it is just the opposite. If you're looking to properly mourn Wilder's passing, I would suggest this film, but of course you can always go to eyeofthetigernews.com for a full list of my favorite Wilder films to watch. Now we go over to Preston with his review of Battlefield 1.
On Tuesday, the Battlefield 1 beta was released to people who pre-ordered the game and are members of EA Access. Then on Wednesday, the beta is released to everyone on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. The beta features 2 popular game modes from previous Battlefield installments, with 64-player Conquest and 24-player Rush, and only one huge map. The game, which is based in World War I, really does a good job of capturing the weapons and equipment used during that era, with barbed wires, tanks, airplanes, and mustard gas. It really makes it feel like you were in the war. This beta did come with some flaws, like it mostly being unplayable for the first day due to the fact that EA was being hacked. The game's graphics are very realistic and felt very reminiscent to Star Wars Battlefront. There are still some balancing issues with the combat, but that's mostly what a beta is for. The final release of the game should have everything in check. I look forward to playing this game when it releases in October. Now we go back to Megan with more news.
Thanks, guys. Roseville High School has a published author. We go to Emily Ruiz with the story.
RHS English 12 teacher Jamie Handling has published her own book, Carriageman. The book is currently sold on BarnesandNobles.com as well as Amazon.
I really do this because it's fun, and if I don't write, I go a little crazy. So I don't see myself being like J.K. Rowling or anything like that. She's amazing. Really, I think it's cool just to get the written word out there, and if I sell one book or give away 10,000, it is what it is. At least I know I'm writing and people are seeing it.
Handling sees her writing as a way to have fun and will continue to write books for people to enjoy.
My family, my immediate family, is extremely supportive of me. My extended family kind of sees it as a cute hobby. My friends know, and they're supportive. They're kind of used to always hearing me talking about writing. I don't talk about it with many people in my work world because it's a different side of me. It's my writer side, not my teacher side, and it's hard to know that those two sides are colliding right now.
Miss Handling hopes to finish her next book by Thanksgiving. That's it for us today on Eye of the Tiger.
And remember, we're always on eyeofthetigernews.com. See you next time.